Ah, Paris. The city that has inspired countless love stories, poems, and dreams. A place where every corner seems to whisper tales of romance and passion. City of love, lights, and ludicrous attempts at flirting in broken French. It's a place where the magic of the city can make even the most awkward encounters feel like a scene from a romantic comedy. Picture this: a Parisian café, sunlight streaming through the windows, casting a golden glow on everything it touches. The aroma of coffee and freshly baked bread fills the air, creating an atmosphere that's both comforting and invigorating. And there you are, armed with a handful of rusty French phrases, determined to make a connection, ready to charm your way into the heart of that handsome stranger reading Baudelaire in the corner. The anticipation is palpable.
But hold on. Before you dive headfirst into this romantic endeavor, before you unleash your best, votre sourire est comme le soleil, your smile is like the sunshine, let's take a moment to consider the potential pitfalls. Let's face it, flirting in a foreign language can be a recipe for disaster, a comedy of errors waiting to happen. From mispronunciations that turn sweet compliments into nonsensical phrases, to cultural misunderstandings that leave both parties scratching their heads.
From butchered pronunciations to lost-in-translation compliments, the quest for l'amour can quickly turn into l'embarrassement, embarrassment. The fear of making a fool of oneself can be paralyzing, but it doesn't have to be this way.
But fear not, mon ami. With a bit of preparation and the right mindset, you can navigate these waters with grace and humor. This guide is here to equip you with the linguistic tools and cultural know-how to navigate the Parisian dating scene with confidence. So, take a deep breath, embrace the adventure, and let the city of love work its magic. Meet Jean-Pierre, our hapless hero, armed with Google Translate and a surplus of confidence. He spots a mademoiselle at the counter. Her hair is dark as a café noir, her eyes sparkling like the Eiffel Tower at night.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. Jean-Pierre begins, his voice smoother than a well-aged camembert. Vous êtes,
He freezes. What was the word for beautiful again? Jolie? No, that's for a puppy. Délicieux? Definitely not.
Panicking, Jean-Pierre blurts out the first thing that comes to mind. Vous êtes baguette.
The mademoiselle raises an eyebrow. A baguette, she echoes, her amusement barely concealed. How interesting.
Poor Jean-Pierre. His attempt at a compliment had fallen flatter than a day-old croissant.
Flirting, much like a good baguette, is all about using the right ingredients. Here's a taste of French phrases that will actually make you sound charming, not like you're ordering a croissant in a foreign accent. Instead of, vous êtes baguette, you are a baguette. Try, vous êtes ravissante, you are lovely. Instead of, je suis, comment dit-on, chaud pour toi, I am, how do you say, hot for you? Try, je vous trouve très attirant, I find you very attractive. Instead of, mon amour pour toi est comme une grenouille. My love for you is like a frog. Try, j'aime beaucoup votre style. I really like your style. Remember, even the simplest phrases, delivered with sincerity and a smile, can work wonders. The French language is renowned for its elegance and nuance, but even the most eloquent phrases can get lost in translation. Consider the classic pickup line, avez-vous un numéro de téléphone? Do you have a phone number? While grammatically correct, it lacks a certain je ne sais quoi. It's like asking for directions to the Louvre when you're standing right in front of the Mona Lisa.
Instead of sounding like a robot reciting phrases from a guidebook, try engaging in genuine conversation. Ask about their interests, share a funny observation about Parisian life, or simply compliment them on their choice of scarf.
Remember, flirting is an art, not a science, and sometimes the most effective approach is simply to be yourself. The second time's the charm, or not. Undeterred by his previous linguistic mishap, Jean-Pierre decided to try his luck again. He was determined not to let one small mistake deter him from mastering the art of French compliments.
This time, he had done his research, memorizing a phrase that seemed foolproof. Vous avez des yeux magnifiques. You have beautiful eyes. He repeated it over and over in his head, making sure his pronunciation was perfect.
He approached another mademoiselle, this one with eyes the color of the Seine on a cloudy day. Taking a deep breath, he delivered his line, his voice trembling slightly. He hoped this time, his efforts would be met with appreciation.
Vous avez des yeux magnifiques.
Merci, vous aussi. Vous avez des yeux uniques. Thank you, you also have unique eyes. Her tone was playful, and her eyes sparkled with amusement.
Jean-Pierre beamed. He felt a rush of pride and relief. Maybe he was getting the hang of this after all.
Unique. C'est un compliment, n'est-ce pas? That's a compliment, isn't it? He asked, his voice filled with hope and a hint of uncertainty.
The woman's smile widened slightly. She seemed to enjoy his earnestness and the effort he was putting into speaking her language.
Bien sûr, of course, she replied, her voice warm and reassuring.
Her tone left Jean-Pierre unsure if he had succeeded or failed spectacularly. He couldn't quite tell if unique was a genuine compliment or a gentle tease. But one thing was certain, he was not giving up. Embrace the faux pas, your ticket to a Parisian rom-com.
In the world of Parisian flirting, a well-timed faux pas can be more endearing than a perfectly conjugated verb. The French, contrary to popular belief, have a healthy sense of humor and appreciate a good laugh, even at their own expense. So, if you accidentally call someone's poodle un petit cheval, a little horse, or confess your undying love for les escargots, snails, don't fret, laugh it off, embrace the awkwardness, and who knows? You might just turn your linguistic blunder into a charming anecdote that will have them telling their friends about the endearingly clumsy foreigner they met at a cafe. After all, isn't that how all good Parisian rom-coms begin?
From floundering to flirting. Tips for navigating the language of love. Ready to ditch the phrasebook and embrace the art of French flirting? Navigating the language of love can be daunting, but with a few key tips, you'll be well on your way to charming conversations and meaningful connections. Here are a few tips to get you started. These simple yet effective strategies will help you break the ice and build rapport with ease. First, start with the basics. A simple bonjour, hello, or bonsoir, good evening, goes a long way. These greetings are not just polite, they set a positive tone for the interaction. Next, master the art of the compliment. The French appreciate a sincere compliment, so don't be afraid to admire their style, their smile, or their taste in literature. Compliments can open doors to deeper conversations and show that you are observant and appreciative. Engage in conversation, ask questions, be curious, and show genuine interest in their thoughts and opinions. This not only keeps the conversation flowing but also demonstrates that you value their perspective. Embrace humor. A well-placed joke can break the ice and make you appear more approachable. Humor is a universal language that can bridge cultural gaps and create a relaxed atmosphere. And finally, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Laughter is the best aphrodisiac, and a shared laugh over a linguistic mishap can create a connection more meaningful than any perfectly crafted phrase. Remember, it's the effort and the shared moments that count the most. Parlez-vous faux ou pas? Share your hilarious language mishaps. Have you ever found yourself in a hilarious cross-cultural conundrum while trying to flirt in a foreign language? We'd love to hear your stories. Share your anecdotes of linguistic misadventures and romantic mishaps in the comments below. Let's create a compendium of comedic tales that prove that even when it comes to love, sometimes the best-laid plans go hilariously wrong. Au revoir, and may your French adventures be filled with laughter and love. Remember, mon ami, flirting in French is a journey, not a destination. It's about embracing the challenge, laughing at your mistakes, and enjoying the thrill of connecting with someone from a different culture. So, go forth, armed with your newfound linguistic prowess, and may your Parisian adventures be filled with laughter, love, and perhaps even a stolen kiss or two. And hey, if you happen to find yourself tongue-tied, you can always resort to the universal language of a smile. After all, a smile, like a perfectly baked croissant, transcends all linguistic barriers. Please like, share, and subscribe for more fun French lessons.